So we'll start seated and do your best to sit tall. You're welcome to let your eyes close or just relax your gaze. Relax the muscles around the face. And bring your attention to your breath. Let your inhalation be full. And let your exhalation be complete. Really push all the air out. Continue to watch your breath grow deeper. Relax the muscles around the eyes and lips. Unhinge your jaw and soften your tongue. Let the skin on your forehead be smooth. And just take these first few moments to allow the body and mind to settle. Arriving here in this moment. I'm feeling sensation in the body. Feeling your legs touching the ground. I'm feeling your hands on your legs. I'm feeling the air on your skin. And not thinking about the past or the future. I'm working really hard to be right here in this moment, in the present, watching your breath, feeling sensation. I'm going to offer some compassion phrases. You just say it to yourself. May I be held in compassion. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. May I be held in compassion. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. May I be held in compassion. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. When you wish that for yourself, and then you turn and wish that for the entire planet and world. May we all be held in compassion. May we all be free from suffering. May we all be at peace. May we all be held in compassion. May we all be free from suffering. May we all be at peace. And the next time you inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. And just take this moment to set your intention, to make your offering and your prayer. And it could be those same phrases or anything else. And we'll chant one Om together. So inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Nice big breath in. And hands to the heart as you Om. bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. Make your way to child's pose. Let the knees be a little bit wide. And stretch the arms way out in front and let your forehead land. So if you need to make a pillow with your hands, you can do that, or bring a block under your forehead. And try to keep the hips heavy. Hi, Anna. Take a few breaths there. And then come onto your fingertips, so you can keep your head down, but lift your armpits up, lift your arm bones up like there's a pokey cactus under your armpit and you don't want to touch it. Or you can think about that same thing like under your fingers, under your hand. So push your fingers down, but lift your arm bones up and walk your hands out even more. Just try to get super long in your whole side body. Keep pulling your hips back towards the heels as you walk your fingers forward. And then inhale to hands and knees. Tuck your toes just so your feet get a little bit of a stretch, and turn your right fingers towards the edge of your mat. And this might be enough for you. Actually, let's do both hands. So turn the fingers towards the edge of your mat so they're just turned out a little bit. But some of you might like to turn your fingers all the way back towards your knees. It's a little bit bigger of a wrist stretch. But either way, just start to play with moving the shoulders around the wrist. So you can do little circles. You can do cat and cow a little bit. Keep your knuckles and fingers pushing down really strong. And try not to lock your elbows. And maybe you go side to side. If your fingers are all the way back, same thing. Try not to lock your elbows. They actually bend towards you a little bit. And I really like to get into the thumb side where you can kind of explore. And then just a real gentle kind of roll it out one at a time. And place the hand back down, roll it out. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Nice bend in the knees so you can reach the hips super high. Spread the fingers and the toes. Stretch your arms through the floor. Stretch your legs through the floor. And take any wiggles that you need. Pedal the feet. First downward dog of the morning, maybe. Let the hips rock around. Maybe you look under one arm. Just real gentle with your head. Maybe you look under the little head roll. And then walk your hands to your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Just bend the knees until your fingers can touch the floor and let your head dangle. You want to make sure your shin bone is kind of right in the ankle foot. So if you tend to lean back, which I do, you might need to rock forward a little bit. So really don't worry about your knees, but pay attention to this whole shin bone in the ankle. Come halfway up on your inhale. Let the heart smile. Exhale, fold all the way in. And two more. Inhale, nice strong legs. Try not to lock the knees. Open the heart. Exhale, fold over the legs. Make your belly strong. Ground down through the legs. One more. Inhale. Big open heart, shoulders on the back of the heart. Exhale, folding in. And come up to standing, nice strong legs. Stretch the arms up to the sky. Big inhale. And exhale, hands at your heart. Just take a moment to pause, mountain pose, nice strong legs. And then look down at your feet. You're just gonna roll the ankle. So kind of start on the right, little ankle roll. Go both ways. And then the other side, ankle roll. Both ways. And then bend the knees, bring your hands to your thighs. So this is a standing cat and cow. Inhale, open your heart. Feel the sit bones lift and widen. And then exhale, push into the thighs and bow in. And take a few more. Inhale, try to keep your feet strong. Exhale, bow. One more like that. Try not to push right on the kneecaps. Stay kind of right on the thighs. Come back to neutral, and it's a ribs right and left. So you're trying to isolate your rib cage, move your ribs over to one side. So I kind of push into my legs to help get the leverage to move the rib cage over. And then other side. So you're trying to keep your hips in line with the feet and just move the ribs. Do that a few times. Watch out with the knees like to wobble in and out. So you just try to stay really stable. And then we'll turn it into a rib circle. So it goes ribs down towards the earth, over to the side, round it up to the sky, over to the other side, and down. So you're kind of combining the cat and cow and the side to side and turning it into a giant circle. And your tailbone might start to circle too. Your head might start to circle, but just try to initiate the movement in the rib cage and the torso. And then go the other way when you're ready. And really try to hit all the edges of that circle. Notice if you kind of skip over one and just maybe slow down there. Good, and then from here, coming up to standing, hands on the hips, feet a little wide, big hip circles. So we're kind of just hitting all the joints here, little standing warm up. Go the other way. And then the shoulders, so I like to do a shoulder roll, elbow, same arm, and then a full arm circle. Shoulder, elbow, full arm circle. And so trying to play with that range of motion in the shoulder. Keep the legs really strong, but I do like to move my torso with it. And then do a few the other way. I like to kind of do more like a swimming one. And then the other, shoulder, elbow, arms. Good. And feet a little wide. You're just going to let the arms kind of swing. So the arms are kind of floppy. Little bend in the knees. You can let the chest turn and turn it into a little bit of a twist. Stay strong in your low back. Keep the belly pulling in, that'll help. So if you think of your twist, you want it to be in more in the upper back, middle and upper back. Good. And we're going to do the neck. So stand tall, roll the shoulders on the back, and just looking up and down, very slow. So keep the heart lifting as you drop the chin towards the chest. Inhale, start to lift the chin. Your head does not have to drop all the way back. You can think of just kind of drawing a line on the front wall there. And then when your chin is dropped towards the chest, keep the heart lifting and start to do a little half circle. So roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Eventually chin back towards the chest and over to the left. So just go at your own pace and feel free to pause. Like if there's an in-between spot, like that diagonal spot, for me is kind of a good place to pause. If you are someone who likes to do a full neck circle, you can do that here. I really just enjoy the half circle. But if you're doing the full neck circle, again, you don't have to drop your head all the way back, but think more about drawing a circle with your chin on the front wall. You do not have to drop your head so your chin goes towards the sky. And if you do that, go both ways. And then one more standing here. So you're just gonna shake your hands and arms and try to get like really floppy in your skin and your muscles, and you start to go up really high, so up and down, just play with it. And try to get faster and faster. And then add the leg, shake it. And do the other leg, shake fast. Really try to let the muscles be floppy and jiggly. Your fascia really likes that. And then back to just the arms. And then keep them up high for another breath. Fast and shake. And then let them relax. And just pause and feel. Feel your feet connecting with the earth and feel the kind of energy moving through the body, the vibration and tingling. Make sure you're at the top of the mat. Actually, the back of the mat. Let's start there. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Nice big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Halfway up on your inhale. Exhale, fold all the way in. Take your time. Walk your hands forward, plank pose. Nice strong legs. Deep breath in. Shoulders over the wrists. Claw your hands. Drag your hands towards each other so you feel that isometric strength. Let the knees come down. You're going to do a chaturanga push-up. So nice and slow. You let the chest come towards the earth. Bend the elbows. Push back to plank. And then from here, bring your hips back towards your heels, like you're almost going to child's pose. And you're going to inhale, scoop your heart through towards a cobra. So drag the chest through the arms. Take your version of a back bend. So if you like to do up dog, you can. Or even locust, stay really low. And then back to down dog when you're ready. So we're going to play with that little sequence for 2 more rounds. Inhale, come forward to plank. So push up. If you can leave your knees up, go for it. Chaturanga push up with control, no rush. Pull the hips back. Inhale, scoop your heart through. Really try to keep the shoulders moving on the back of the heart. Don't let them drop forward. Open your heart, big breath. Down dog when you're ready. Exhale. Nice deep breath in. Stay here for one breath. Push through your knuckles and your feet knuckles. Okay, one more. Inhale, plank pose. Push up. And then pull the hips back. Inhale, scoop your heart through. Take down dog when you're ready, any way you get there. Nice big breath in. Long breath out. Right leg up to the sky. Keep the knee and toe pointing down. Stretch your legs apart. Bring your right knee to the right armpit as you come forward to plank. Hug it in nice and tight. Try to get it as high as you can on your armpit and then kick it back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Two more. Same thing. Right armpit, right knee. Get it nice and high. Inhale to kick back. Exhale to tuck it in. Pause there. And then right foot on the outside of that right hand. So you're kind of wide and like a lizard. Let the back knee come down. If you need the blocks, they go under your chest. Hands are right under your chest. We're going to do our little flow here. So inhale, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the back toes and pick up the back leg as you pull back. And pull your right toes back too. So a few more like that. Inhale, sort of like this low lizard lunge. Exhale, bowing in. Just go with your breath. And try not to lock the knees. Try to keep the muscles really strong in the body. Your joints really appreciate the strength and stability when you hug your muscles. The next time your knee is down, stay there and bring your right hand to the thigh for a twist. And you could take the right arm up to the sky if you like. And that bottom hand can be on the floor or a block. And optional, if you want to pull that back heel towards your bum, get that little extra quad stretch, you can just hug it in, or you can try to grab it if you like. Nice big breath in. Nice. Great. Good. Long breath out. Exhale. Beautiful. Good. From here, step your back foot forward into a squat. I'm going to face you. And just walk the hands forward and keep the hips heavy as you let your head drop. And I like to kind of rock my hips a little bit. You can do it however it works for you. You might like to have a blanket under your heels. That's good too. So you just want to keep the shin, again, in the ankle. So if your toe is turned out a little bit, your knee will also have a little bit of a turnout, and that's fine. If your toe's hugged in, you want your knee to hug in as well. So whatever your feet do, you just want your knees to follow that. From here, you're going to step back into your plank pose and go through that same vinyasa flow. So it's a plank, a push up, knees up or down. Pull the hips back so you can scoop through. Drag your hands back as you pull your heart through. Nice strong belly as you lift your heart. And then down dog when you're ready. No rush getting there. Good. Left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Knee and toe point down. Exhale. Tap the left knee to the left armpit. Shoulders come forward over the wrist. Keep the hips really high. You're pushing the floor away. 2 more. Inhale, three-legged dog, stretch the legs apart. Exhale, plank, tap your armpit, get as high as you can. One more. And then stepping onto the outside of that left hand. You're in this wide lizard. The back knee comes down. Hands under your chest. Just take that first breath to kind of find your shape. And then begin to pulse when you're ready. So inhaling, heart forward. Keep this knee hugging in a little bit. It sometimes likes to widen. Exhale, lift the hips. Pull back. Pull your belly off the leg from behind your ribs. Push the legs down. Two more. Inhale. Open the heart. Lunge. Exhale. Pull it back. Without locking the knees, stretch the legs. Push them through the floor. Your legs start all the way up at the top of the ribs, at the back of the ribs. The next time your knee's down, get ready to twist. So left hand on the thigh, twisting. And your arms can go open, or you can keep the hand on the leg. And if you pull that heel in towards your bum on the first side, do it again. So think about your butt is going back towards the heel and your heel is coming towards the butt. It's not just the dumping and pulling in. So have them be like magnets pulling towards each other. And then you can open a little more into a twist. A slow unwind. Again, step forward to a squat. Back foot steps forward, squat. Here's another way to play with the squat, the block under your bum. This time, hands at the heart. Open the heart. So we're going to play with this squat hover. So get strong in your legs. Feel really stable in the knee, and you're just going to try to lift the bum like a couple inches where it's hard. So you find that hard spot, and then you can kind of soften and rest. Find that hard spot, squeeze the leg muscles, and then rest. And then we're going to do one more. Try to hold it a little longer. Squeeze. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then a little rest. Now keep the heart lifted as you come all the way to standing. And it's not always easy, and it's fine to use your hands on the legs if you need to. But do your best to move from the hips, come all the way to standing. Nice strong back. Good, nice. And we're going to go right back down into that squat. So it's fine to only come halfway down. But if you can come all the way down where your bum goes back towards your heels, play with that. And then come back to standing, big open heart. This is pelvis mobility. You're trying not to move the back too much. You can stay here. One hand to the heart, one hand on the belly. Just take a moment if you need to wiggle out the legs. Shake it out a little bit. And then come back to stillness for a moment. Just checking in. Notice your heartbeat, notice your breath. Notice the feet touching the earth. Feel the hands on your body. As you breathe in, notice the heart naturally lifts. And as you exhale, just imagine the hands are just really giving you a gentle hug of love and compassion. And then gently open the eyes and get ready to balance. So come to the top of the mat, lift and spread the toes. We're going to go tree pose. Shift your weight to the left. Right foot's coming up. So to the calf, the shin, or onto the inner thigh, not right on the knee joint. So if you can close the knee joint this way, really think about squeezing here and squeezing into the midline. If your foot's lower, still think of that same action. It's not quite as squeezy. And just take a choice with the arms. So really playing with balance. You can leave the hands at the heart, or if you like to open the arms or take them up to the sky. Keep hugging the outer hips in. See if you can, from behind the ribs, push down through the legs, through the earth. And then lifting from the ribs up through the heart, up through the crown. Good. Inhale, tuck that right knee in towards the belly. So bring it forward. And then we're going to kick back to crescent pose. So just slow kick back, still playing with balance. Bending that bottom leg. I like to reach the arms forward. It just helps me slow down. And then eventually that right foot's landing. Crescent pose. You can start with the hands at the hips if you need to. Nice, you guys. Good. And then when you're ready, arms stretch up. Nice big inhale. So keep pulling the ribs back, but see if you can push your knee forward and try to keep the heel hugging in so the ankle's really strong back there. And then get ready to twist. So right arm goes in front, left arm goes behind, and there's a little bend in the elbows. Your palms are open, your heart's open. You're twisting to the left. You can think of like a reverse twist. The right arm reaches up to the sky. The left hand can be on your back. Some of you might like to grab the thigh back here. Keep lifting up the heart. And then exhale, prayer hands. Keep the twist. Right elbow to the thigh, twist. Feel free to bring this back knee down. Leave it up or down. It's your choice. Work the twist. Stabilize the pelvis. Pull the left ribs back. Also work hard to get the shoulders on the back of the heart. One more big inhale. Long exhale. Relax your face. Both hands to the floor, one hand on each side. Pick up the back knee if you put it down. And then take your back heel so it's parallel to the edge of the mat. Get ready for warrior two. So back foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Just come up when you're ready. You can bring a hand to the thigh. And then arms stretch out. Drag the legs towards each other. Find your stability and your strength. And then stretch them apart. Push them through the floor. Maybe go a little lower. Inhale, interlace the fingers at the low back. And you might need a strap here, and that's fine. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Lift the chest. Keep pulling on your strap. You're going to bow in. Exhale, let the heart lead the way. The knuckles reach up and over. So from here, play with kind of opening the chest towards like a side angle. Keep clasping the hands. And then bowing back in, knuckles reach up and over. So when you open the heart, think about wrapping your left butt under. It's so strong and stable. One more. Exhale, bow in. Good. Inhale, open up, side angle. Keep holding onto the strap or you're clasping your fingers. And then you can bring the elbow here to the thigh. You can keep playing with the strap if you like this. But if you need a break, bring the hand here. And then one more play, clasping the fingers back there. Playing with straightening the legs, so it's sort of like triangle. And then bending the leg back to that side angle. Play with that 1 or 2 times. When you straighten the leg, pay attention to the knee and the foot and just notice what it wants to do. It likes to wobble. Do your best to work so hard to keep it stable. And then let the strap go. Elbow on the thigh. Right arm reaching past your face. And then take it all the way back, reverse warrior, big inhale. Left arm reaches up. If you need to straighten this leg just for a little break, that's fine too. Lean back. Good. Inhale back to warrior 2. One more breath here. Strong, strong arms. And bring your hands to your hips. Straighten that left leg and turn your left toes forward towards me, or whichever way you're facing. And then both heels turn in, goddess pose. So when you bend your knees, think about inner thighs stretching through the knees. And maybe just do a little bit of a pulse there. Inner thighs stretch through the knees. Keep your butt really strong. And then stay here in your goddess legs, hands on the thighs. And drop your right shoulder down, pull the left shoulder back. Stretch your legs apart, twist. Inhale back to center. Switch sides, exhale. Stretch your legs apart. Good, come back to center, inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward, parallel. We'll fold in. So a little bend in the knees, moving from the pelvis. Think about sit bones scraping up the wall behind you. Once your fingers touch, just let your head dangle. Shake it out a little bit. Just kind of take a yogi's choice here if you like to do a little twist, if you like to lunge your legs. And then moving through a yogi's choice vinyasa when you're ready. So this is your time to kind of make it up, do what your body wants to kind of reset and regroup before you do the next side. If you like the vinyasa we played with the plank and the push-up, you can do that again here. Take like 5 or 6 breaths. And really try to take this time to listen to your body, not necessarily your ego or your brain. And it can be a pose that you haven't done yet, that's okay too. It can be a rest. And then eventually getting yourself to the top of the mat in a forward fold. Nice strong legs. Inhale to rise. Stretch the arms up to the sky. And bring the hands to the heart and just take a 1 breath to pause and check in. Feel feet grounding into the earth. Relax your face, big breath in. Relax your eyebrows. Long breath out. Tree pose, second side. Lift and spread the toes. Little bend in the knees, get nice and grounded through that right leg, left leg's coming up. Calf or inner thigh. You could also leave the toes on the floor for a little more balance and just work this, play with this turnout. So squeezing the legs towards each other, pull the ribs into the body, grow super tall. Play with whatever you want with the arms. And I do encourage you to get creative, like just kind of check it out. What happens if I do this with my arm or that with my arm or move a little bit with my arm? So there's no right or wrong. As long as you're working hard on stability and strength, you can play around with different shapes. So from here, the left knee kind of tucks into the belly, kind of reset and restable, pelvis parallel, and then get ready to kick it back to that crescent pose. And I do like to kind of hover through this warrior 3 to get there. Just trying to land very lightly, and then, once you get there, take another breath to arrive. Nice strong legs, adjust as needed. Arms up when you're ready, inhale. Ribs pulling in, stretch the legs apart. Keep reaching the arms up. Keep hugging your back ankle into the midline, and then start to open into your twist. So right arm behind, left arm in front. Keep the legs stable, pelvis hugging in, work the twist. And then sort of like a reverse twisted crescent, back hand on the low back or the back thigh. Lean back a little, nice, good. So keep the twist. You're coming to prayer twist, hands at your heart, prayer. And that left elbow is gonna land on the thigh or the knee. And then back knee down if you prefer that. You choose. Nice strong pelvis, hug it in. And then you can work the twist just a little deeper. Try to get the shoulders back and the ears back a tad. Nice, you guys. Good. And then both hands down right under your chest. Lift the back knee if you had it down. Back foot parallel, getting ready for warrior 2. So first set the legs. Check that front knee. Make sure it's still pointing forward over the toes. Come up to warrior 2. Big inhale, open the arms. Exhale, clasping the hands at your low back, or you get your strap here. So thumbs is also kind of a nice way to play with this. If you cannot open your chest when you're grabbing your fingers, use your strap. So you do want to do your best to really get those shoulders squeezing onto the back of the heart. And then when you're ready, bowing in. Little bend in the elbows. Pull your hands apart. Open the chest. Feel the armpits move away from each other. Then you're opening the chest a little bit. Inhale, kind of like side angle with your torso. Open the chest. Exhale, bow in. Lots of strength in that front leg. Stay really stable. Inhale, keep the knee pointing towards the toe as you move your torso and your pelvis. And then optional to keep clasping or give yourself a break, elbow on the thigh. Tighter. You can give yourself a break and then try to hold again. And do that a little bit. We're going to bend and straighten this bottom leg. So bending and straightening warrior 2 leg. Triangle leg, side angle. Triangle, side angle. And maybe you're using your elbow here, that's fine. What I want you to do is look at the knee And watch it just staying super strong and stable and not wobbling. You're moving your leg, but not your back. Your pelvis is going to move too. And then when you're ready, taking it back to reverse warrior, all the way up and back. Lean back. My leg needs a break, so I'm going to straighten it. But you can stay bent or straight, you choose. And then warrior two, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg. Wide legs. We're going to go goddess again. Turn the heels in. Toes and knees widening out. And then bending kind of deep into your squat. Arms can be whatever you want, out, or more challenging, keep them up. I like to leave my arms out of it a lot of the times. They get tired. So come way up under the tippy toe like you're wearing a high heel. And put it down. And then other side. This is strengthening the ankle. So I have really loose ankles. Keep going side to side. And they like roll really easy. So practicing this is good. And practicing that with them really hugging in. So notice if you kind of lean to the pinky toe side, or if you lean neutral. And then if you want to try both together. And then rest. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward, and come back to your wide leg fold. So big inhale, bend the knees, moving from the pelvis, sit bones scraping up the wall, widen them apart. And then bowing in here, and you can, again, take your choice. A little rock side to side, or if you want to be in stillness here. Your legs can be wider, or they can be closer. Just play with it. And then once again, Yogi's Choice Vinyasa. So take like 5 or 6 breaths to do whatever your body wants. And this time we'll meet on our belly. So if you want to chaturanga push-up again, or take a dolphin pose, or child's pose, or come onto your belly early, just take a few breaths there. So from here, when you're on your belly, bring your hands kind of right under your shoulders. Push the legs down. We're going to go locust. Push the legs down. Pretend you're wearing jeans. Button your pants and zip them up. Get so strong in your core. And then squeeze the muscles on the back to lift the chest. Inhale, stretch the arms forward. We're going to leave the legs down. Exhale, cactus the arms. Bend the elbows. Lift the heart. One more like that. Inhale, reach forward. You back off a little. Pull the ribs in. Exhale, squeeze to lift the chest. And then make a pillow with your hands and rest. Wiggle out the hips. Inhale one more time like that. Lift the heart. Squeeze your belly, button your pants, zip them up, reach the arms forward, big inhale. Bend the elbows and bend the knees this time. Bring your heels towards your bum. And then from here, reach back to grab the ankles, or keep the legs bent and keep this cactus shape. This is also really good strength for your back. So pull the belly muscles in. If you've got the ankles, you can kick back, open your chest a little more. Try not to lock the elbows. Bend the elbows, open the heart. Give yourself like a double chin to let the head move back. Try not to reach the chin forward and up. Belly muscles super strong. Spread your toes, kick back, lift your heart. And then give yourself a rest when you need one. Nice big breath. Wiggle the hips, long breath out. And then from here, you just roll over onto your back. Just take a breath to kind of land there. Feel your hips and pelvis on the ground. Stretch your left leg to the floor. Pull your right thigh in. So the left leg is really strong and grounded, a standing leg. Pull the right thigh in and still think about stretching the legs apart. Ground the shoulders. And we'll take this into a twist. Take the right leg across the body. Roll all the way onto the left hip. Bring your left hand into this thigh, this hip crease, and push it away from you pretty strong. And do your best to roll the shoulder on the back. And you can kind of play between grounding the shoulder and grounding the knee, kind of finding the middle there. You can let the arm go when you're ready. Just take about 3 really juicy, big, full breaths in. If you want to play a little deeper in your twist, push your skull down so you can lift this left shoulder and move it towards the knee. So I pick it up and just slide it a little bit. It's really small. And then I can get that other shoulder, the right shoulder, just a little more grounded. And if you prefer to have your knees bent here, that's fine too. You can really take any twist you want. Take another big inhale, relax your face. And feel free to use props too. Maybe a blanket under the thigh if it doesn't quite touch. That can feel really settling and soothing. And then really slow unwind back to center. Stay in neutral just for a breath. Feel your pelvis kind of reset. And feel the difference in right and left sides. And stretch the right leg long, pull the left leg in. Try to keep both sit bones grounding equally, which is hard when you bend one knee and straighten the other. So do your best to stay grounded through the pelvis. Natural curve in the low back. Anchor the shoulders, stretch the legs apart. And then twist when you're ready. Big inhale, exhale, twist. If you like that pushing on the thigh, it just creates a little more space in your waist here. You can let that go anytime. And again, if you want to work the twist just a tiny bit more, it's pretty subtle. You push your skull down so you can lift the shoulders up and just scooch them a tiny bit to the right towards that top leg. Take another big inhale into the belly, the lungs, and the heart. Relax your face, close your eyes. And come back to center very slowly. Once again, let your pelvis settle into neutral. Try not to just move really quickly after that twist. Just find stillness for a moment. And then pull both knees in towards the armpit so they're a little bit wide. Stay really heavy in the pelvis. A lot of times the tailbone likes to curl up to the sky. Try to keep thinking about your tailbone lengthening towards the edge of your mat down there. And if you want to do happy baby here, you can do that as well, or stretch your legs into a straddle, one leg and the other. So take your last kind of settling pose that you want to do here. And then get yourself ready for Shavasana. So rolling up a blanket under your knees, getting a blanket over your body, putting layers on if you need to. An eye pillow or just like a shirt over your eyes can be nice. And if you do like to set yourself up in a restorative pose, if you like, that's fine with me too. Just try to get super, super cozy and comfy. Relax fingers and toes. And give your bones a little wiggle to settle in. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. May I be held in compassion. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. Let your eyes be heavy in their sockets. Unhinge your jaw, soften your tongue. Settling into stillness. Bones heavy. Skin melting over the bones. Mind spacious. Shavasana. Breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the heart. And you exhale, gently wiggle fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, take a lazy stretch. Bend your knees, rest on your side. And come to seated as you're ready, sitting tall. And bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And take a moment to honor your efforts for showing up today. May I be held in compassion. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. We wish that for ourselves and everyone else in the world. May we all be held in compassion. May we all be free from suffering. May we all be at peace. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. May all beings benefit from your yoga practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.